Welcome, Damian Lanfranchi here, COO, and this is our internal ad buying training that you're about to go through right now. And the reason I'm putting this together for you is because I really want to capture both the process that we've been through and also the chronology of what's happened and how we've been able to successfully scale all our traffic, all our ads, and all our spends and leads and all that good stuff. And so this is going to serve as a marketer's log as well as an internal training again, because if you are familiar with what we've done so far, you know we've spent, well into the six figures really getting this dialed, really getting this right. And I just sat back and I said, wow, this has been such a process. It's been such a journey. It's really important, not only from a training perspective, but from a company value perspective to make sure that we record what we've gone through, what we, spending all that money, what we've learned, what we've uncovered, and why it's working the way it is today for us. And so, uh, the way I put the training together for you, the way I decided to do this is to break it down into individual chapters so that you can reference them really easy. And because the chapters really align with the story or the chronology of how we went from at the very beginning. When I first came on, it was probably in the first 60 days or so, which I'll tell you about in detail. Uh, Getting banned on Facebook, getting all our accounts shut, to then starting to spend but not really getting leads, to finally starting to hit ROI and CPL goals, to eventually getting to the point that we're at today, where our lead flow has been 3x'd and things are just growing and thriving like crazy. So appreciate you being here. I want to make one more key note for you, which is what you're going to see in here, these are not formulas. There are no formulas, okay? So inside of ad buying, and as you're soon going to discover, our mainstay, our mainstream, our most important thing we do is Facebook, and I'll explain why in a little bit. But through this process of almost 2 years of doing what we've done inside of MFA in order to get our traffic to where it is, I've spoken to the best of the best, and some of what I'm going to share inside is credited to just the insights and the sharpening that I've got from these guys. But whether it was Kurt Molly at Black Box Social Media, Charles Kirkland, Sean Twing, who's been with us for a long time doing Gmail and Facebook stuff, Shane Johnston, all these different guys, I've talked to them. And the thing I've seen again and again, and this might be a little bit challenging to hear if you're new to working on our ads or our traffic, is that there really is a black curtain, and there really are sort of magical elements beyond Facebook that cannot be understood, cannot be controlled. And so anybody or any article or content or stuff you find online that says, well, if you just do this formula, it will absolutely work. If you just do this, you're going to get the best leads. That's just not the case. I've done ads for years and years and years now. I've probably been to that $1 million plus mark of dollars spent on Facebook. And the fact of the matter is, there are no formulas. There are principles and practices. And so that's really what I'm laying out here. So it's not like, well, if you just click this button, it'll always work, because that's just not the case. I can't tell you how many times I've spoken to these guys, and I'll be like, you got to talk me off the edge. Like, we just had this campaign. It was running great at $100, and $100 a day was running great. And so we wanted to scale. And so I moved it to 125. And then all of a sudden my lead cost tripled. Why is that? And they'll be like, I don't know. Facebook does it sometime. Restart the campaign. Like these guys, the best of the best, they go through the same thing. So, Facebook has unpredictable elements to it. It has sort of black box elements to it. And again, I've spoken to the best of the best. There's nobody cracking this stuff, and anybody who says otherwise really is just suffering from hubris, to be honest. But what I've found is that after going through sort of the last 2 years and getting to the 3x scale we now have, when we follow these principles and practices, we can get any campaign to be successful. Doesn't mean there won't be ups and downs, there always will be. However, we can get to the point where we can effectively use the traffic on Facebook to scale very, very, very quickly. And so, appreciate you being here. Take notes. You're going to want to reference this as you go through and reference back. And hope you enjoy it as much as I've enjoyed putting this together for you.